My name is Chuck Berkeley. I'm the CEO and founder of PathogenX. We develop technology that allows healthcare facilities to sterilize their medical waste right on site, turning it into common trash. So the way that works is by using thermal heat. We heat the waste at 90 minutes at 390 degrees Fahrenheit. And when the cycle is complete, the entire container, which is a disposable container, goes in the trash. So luckily, this came in time, so I can actually show you guys the unit. So this is what the byproduct is. This is insulin needles here. Connor knows all about this. So once it's cooked down inside the container, this is what's left. And so the machine has two chambers, stagger start feature, so you can run two chambers at once. And this is the disposable container here. So it's got a spin top, which prevents overfilling and eliminates needle pricks. Once it's full, it stops spinning, and then you'll put the top on here. Okay, so it secures it. Oh, I need a microphone? Okay. It secures it. Oh, wow, that's better. And then the container will go right in the machine, close the lid, hit start, and 90 minutes later, it's done. Once it's done, you take it out, and you throw this whole deal in the trash. So this is one-time use. Okay? This is a Class 2 510K device for the FDA, and the machine is regulated by the EPA. So each state has to approve this machine for sale in the state. So Massachusetts, coincidentally, is my biggest customer base. So doing pretty well here. So the BIC kind of makes a lot of sense for me to be here and promote the product. So what's the problem with medical waste? So if any of you worked in a healthcare facility or been to a doctor's office recently, you'll see that a little container on the wall in the lockbox. Well, what the current method is right now is they have to store that until someone comes and picks it up, okay? So that's both unsafe and unsanitary because the waste is handled multiple times. You're breathing in aerosols, you're moving it around before they come, so naturally handling it less, touching it less, obviously it's a much safer proposition. So that's what this allows you to do is take the waste from the wall to the machine and sterilize it. So needle pricks are a big deal. The cost is a big deal. This actually saves customers tens of thousands of dollars over the life of their practice. It's really small, so it helps them save space because they're not storing the waste, so they can free up that space in their small practices. And the most important thing is a cradle-to-grave liability. So most people don't know this, but when a healthcare facility sends their waste out to be disposed of, they are liable until they get proof that it's been destroyed and sterilized. So if it gets dumped over on a big rig, spills over on the freeway, ends up in a lake somewhere or in a river, that medical practice is liable for it, and they will get fined. So we kind of gone over the machine here. I'm not going to go through this, a little bit redundant, but it does process up to 12 gallons of medical waste per day. So conceivably, a busy practice will finish their day with no medical waste being stored. That's the objective. So I showed you what the needles look like here, the insulin needles. This is actually BIC razors from a nursing home. So you can see how it just melts everything down. Now, it won't look this pretty in the container, but the whole point is you don't access it after it's processed. The market is pretty big. It's estimated to be a $27 billion market, medical waste, by 2030. So these sites are just growing, and obviously, to be able to scale this thing the right way would be huge for the company. We're focusing primarily on dental, ophthalmology, pediatrics, and aesthetic dermatology right now, but I've got infectious disease using it. Colorado Rockies have a unit. So anybody who generates medical waste is a candidate. We're currently approved in about half the states in the US, so the green states are where we're approved. And this process is pretty lengthy. This is the biggest barrier to entry here is the approval process. California took me a year to get approval, as you might imagine. Some names you might recognize. This is who we compete against here. These are all haul-away services, except for on-site. They're another company that has a very similar unit to mine, but we're taking market share from them all the time because we have more capacity and our filtration system is much better. Talked about the competition. So with the cost, especially in areas like the Berkshires where it's a bit more rural, cost can be pretty expensive to have the waste hauled away. And the frequency of hauling away is not as common as in a metropolitan area. So these people can hold on to waste for 30 days. I mean, who wants that in their office, right? Especially if you have a small office, you want that stuff out of there. So we provide a solution to that. So we have 42 international design patents. I have 2 utility patents pending right now, one in the US and one in Canada. My manufacturing situation in China prompted me to file a whole bunch of patents because I thought somebody was trying to steal my design in China. It turned out it was one of my manufacturers, subcomponent manufacturers. We both got the signals crossed, but hey, it prompted me to really protect the technology worldwide. So that was a good deal. Customers can buy this. It runs about $7,500. That's our ASP. So for most customers, it's not a huge expense. They put on their Amex, get their miles, and never think about medical waste again. My wife and I are the founders of the company. We built this device. I actually designed the machine. She kind of was the backbone of telling me how to do it, what she wanted in the unit. But we built this off some expired IP and kind of made a better mousetrap. So, we're excited to be here at the BIC. Massachusetts is a great opportunity for us. I'm a Pittsfield native, so I'm happy to be home and pitching this deal to you guys. So,
Chuck,
thank
that's
you.
great. Yeah, fantastic.